Hello YouTube, this is Captain Ball again, holding an original small bore target rifle from England from the mid-19th century. This rifle is made by Wilkinson and Sons. This is the same company that made the razor blades, invented the razor blades for you and made excellent swords. So anytime you shave your face, remember that the company who invented your razor blade started with making rifles.
The story of the Wilkinson rifle starts with the famous English gunmaker Henry Knock, a talented inventor and gunmaker, father of such unique weapons like the 7-barreled flintlock volley gun. Knock died in 1804, leaving the company to his foreman and son-in-law, James Wilkinson. He and his son Henry established the company that became famous for producing excellent swords and cutlery. But in the mid-19th century they were known for making one of the finest sporting rifles for long-range target shooting. These matches were incredible phenomenons by those days, and the heroes of Creedmoor and Wimbledon were the top celebrities of the society. I strongly believe that having a British small-bore target rifle is on the bucket list of every black powder shooter, and I was not an exception. I would not call my rifle elegant or special, but it surely has an excellent bore, a good lock, and a comfortable stock which is more than enough for a smoker like me. The British-style straight stock with its high comb and the straight butt plate is just excellent for the prone position. The grip and the forend are checkered so it won't get slippery when you are shooting the 13th shot in the middle of the summer. That's also an important feature. The walnut is simply stained to a dark color and oiled, no fancy high-gloss finish here. Having a rifle with the good bore is essential, but not enough. You've got to have very good sights for the long-range works. The original rear sight is a bit more precise than a traditional Enfield-style rear sight, but to be competitive on international levels, you need more. This sight even has a small aperture, probably for 100-yard shooting, but still not enough for shooting in the high 90s. For this purpose you need a real Creedmoor sight like this Pedersoli Reaper on my rifle, with a vernier scale on it, so you can make very fine adjustments on the place of impact. This sight helps you to record every settings, which is a key element in long-range shooting. You need a special front sight as well, with a spirit level and interchangeable inserts for each distance. These sights are not cheap, but unfortunately sooner or later you will need them if you have international ambitions. My rifle has a 0.451-inch bore with one turn in 20 inches twist rate. The profile is the one patented by Alexander Henry in 1860. It's a polygonal rifling with small triangular projections, an improvement to the Whitworth-style rifling. Harry Wilkinson died in 1861, so probably this could be one of the last rifles made while the company was still owned by the family. Later it was taken over by John Latham, who carried on working under the name Wilkinson's. The company was growing rapidly, supplying various arms and accoutrements to each corner of the world under the British Crown.
The caliber of this rifle is 45 or 451 to be more precise. You can ask me why it is called a small bore rifle. Well, because in the mid-19th century the military rifles had a 54 or 58 caliber bore, or 5.77 if I want to be accurate, and we are talking about British military rifles.
Finding the basic load for the rifle was not a hard job, as I had a Parker Hill volunteer rifle with the same rifling for many years, so I only had to reach for the well-developed load of that rifle to start with. 60 grains of 3F Swiss powder and the Lyman volunteer bullet size to 4.51 worked quite well. I started the tests at 50 meters, paying attention to push down the bullet each time with the same force. For even gas pressure, I wiped the bore between the shots with a wet patch. The 50-meter group was more than promising. With removing a flyer at 6 o'clock, each of the shots landed well under the size of the 10 ring. But 50 meter is anything but long range, so it is not a test for such rifles. So I immediately moved on to 100 meters. The first 100-meter group was anything but satisfying. The load needed some fine-tuning.
To have a tight group, you have to have accurate bullets. Let me show you my process of making the bullets for this beauty.
I always preheat the mold and set the furnace to the highest temperature if casting delicate bullets like a long ball. The temperature of the mold and alloy is perfect if it takes a few seconds for the lead to harden on the spur cutter. Always check the edge of the bullet base as well. It must be sharp. It is a good indication of a complete fill. It is also important to never drop the bullets on a hard surface. Let it fall on a soft rag. Weigh each and every bullet and only keep the ones within 0.5% weight deviation. It is also wise to separate the bullets into weight groups so the difference is minimal during a relay. I deep lube my bullets in a mixture of tallow, beeswax and synthetic engine oil. I size them to 451 to the exact land-to-land diameter of my bore.
The first 100-meter group was not satisfying at all, so I decided to add a cardboard wad between the powder and the bullet. This can protect the bullet base and the edge at the base of the bullet, which will help accuracy. Let's check how it works.
It can happen that the powder particle smashing into the bullet base can damage the edges, causing the gases to destabilize the bullet when it leaves the muzzle. The 2mm cardboard wads can save the bullet from such damage. Another range day, another positive approach to find the right solution for the load. All other elements of the load remained the same, the cardboard wad was the only addition. If you are after top accuracy, always use a long funnel to help the powder particles settle in the breech. This is also a great help in equalizing the gas pressure. This group was much better, and I also realized that my front sight was a bit loose in the dovetail, which could also cause the horizontal spread. As the first 3 shots were promising enough, it was time for the real test.
So ladies and gentlemen, the 100-meter group is still not perfect, but I think it's a good start. I will keep on fine-tuning the load until I have a real tight group at 100 meter, and I will also try the rifle in the traditional prone position approved by MLAIC. I know that my load is still not perfect, I will still have to work on it, but I just cannot resist trying the rifle on a full relay of the international MLAIC discipline with worse, which is 100-meter prone. Let's check what we have here. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I know that the load is still not perfect, but it's a hell of a good start. It's only 12 shots, so I will have to deduct 2, which means I have 91. In the Whitworth's original event, that's a good score. A good starting score. And after I had the tight group at 100 meters, I will carry on experimenting with the rifle to 300 meters and maybe later to larger distances as well. And of course I will document it for you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. You've been watching the Cap and Ball YouTube channel. This is Balázs Németh. And don't forget to keep your powder dry and stay cool. Until next time, see you.